Want to be featured on the Rock Metal Podcast just like all the other great bands you've heard up to this point? Go ahead and hit me up, therockmetalpodcast@gmail.com. Let me know. Let's work out the deeds. Rock Metal Podcast, episode 23 with Blue Helix. All right, so I am recording. Rock Metal Nation, I've got on the line today Sammy from Blue Helix, a driving hard rock band from Seattle. And I'm super stoked to have Sammy on. So Sammy, thank you for coming onto the show.
It is my pleasure, John. Glad to be here, brother.
Beauty. Why don't you go ahead and tell Rock Metal Nation a bit about yourself, maybe what got you into music?
Well, I grew up in South Florida, and I first was introduced to music by this kid in my bus. He introduced me to Green Day and Nirvana, and I fell in love with the album Dookie and the record Nevermind, and the rest is history. After I fell in love with those two albums, I just started loving music and listening to everything that that came out in that time period. And I'm a 90s brat. I love the 90s. I love all the songs from the 90s, even some of the ones that were like one-hit wonders. I found myself like the songs that I hated in the 90s, like Chumbawamba, the one that goes, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I hated that song, and now, now that I'm 30, I'm just like, I hear it in passing or on the radio, I'm like, I love that song. And I think it's just because it reminds me of when I was getting into music and, that time frame in my life. So the 90s inspired me to play guitar, inspired me to be a songwriter, inspired everything that I do. So I'm grateful to that kid who I can't remember his name on that bus for inspiring me. So.
Unfortunately you can't remember his name, but big shout out to him. We know he's listening in right now. You, sir, have changed the world, but as you were saying that, I can only agree with you because I'm 31, and I remember just growing up through the 90s, and for whatever reason, just thinking, is there any good music ever going to come out, ever, in this decade? And oddly enough, maybe it's a nostalgia thing, but I like anything. Oasis, Gin Blossoms, put it on, and I'm like rocking out. I'm like, this is the greatest music ever.
I agree 150,000%. I mean, if there's that much percentage. Yes, the Gin Blossoms, Oasis, Bush, Soundgarden, Alice in Chains, STP, Failure, Filter, it doesn't matter. I'd probably go in alphabetical order. It does not matter. It's all good. Everclear. It doesn't matter. So... yeah, dude. I mean, it just makes. That's all I listen to. I do like Zapp, and I do like Floyd, and I do like the Beatles a lot. But I wouldn't say they're as big of an influence on me as the '90s music. It's just like as much as I like listening to musician music too, John. Like Tool and Porcupine Tree. I don't know if you've ever heard those guys, but crazy good musicians. Primus. But like it doesn't speak to me as much as Fuel, Live,
Yeah. I mean,
even the Freshman song from the Verve Pipe.
Boom! It's like the first thing that comes to mind. Not to offend anybody, but the first thing that comes to mind is the bands that you mentioned that inspire you. They were not technically proficient musicians, such as Tool or Porcupine Tree, who are trying to make something more technical rather than just, hey, this is what my heart said to me today.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. I love that analogy. It's awesome.
Now, Sammy, what brought you guys together? Like, is there a story for the current lineup, how you guys found each other, or maybe you and me?
Well, the current lineup is pretty simple, John. These two are my two members are relatively fresh, which is always good, like that new girlfriend, right?
New girlfriend smell.
Yeah, new girlfriend smell, new perfume. You don't have to smell the old one all the damn time. But yeah, they were introduced to me, both of them, by an ex-member of the band. And I just kind of, took the ball and ran with it.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
What inspired the name of the band?
I wanted to name the band something that was about a person born for music. Helix is the human genome. The double helix is the model for the person, human. Mm-hmm. And blue, I was like, okay, what colors represent, art, music, creativity? And I kept on bumping into the color blue and like the blue chakra and just, people's interpretation of the color and the emotion. And so it translates basically, John, to music human.
Music human, very cool. Yeah, as you were talking about the color blue, I just thought of spirituality. I mean, I'm Jewish, and in Judaism, we always talk about a specific color of blue being related to heaven and the Lord and things like that.
That's cool.
Not to get too deep on the Rock Metal Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
That's all good. That's all good. Yeah.
So, Sammy, when you guys get together to write songs, what's that process like?
Well, every member of the band brings something unique. My drummer, Noah, he sometimes it's hard to get the drummer to stop beating on things so you can have a conversation. But, he has a very unique take on pocket and groove. And him and I listen to a lot of the same stuff, like the Smashing Pumpkins and Foo Fighters. So, it's easy for him and I to kind of speak drums, but usually in JC, my bass player, he likes to write stuff on his computer. Like he'll go and he'll program some ideas with like Guitar Pro, which is a musician's tool to learn how to play guitar and bass, and he'll just like put stuff in there. Sometimes that inspires an idea. Actually, it inspired one of our songs, Antisocial Butterfly. But usually the process has always been where I'm on my acoustic guitar, or I'm on my electric in the studio, and I just start tinkering with a riff. And usually, John, all songs that I write, they happen all together at one moment in one 10-15 minute sitting. Like the vocals are always inspired at the same time as the riff, right? And that's how I know it's going to be a good song. It's like the moment the vocals just kind of come with it, right? It's just like they're like a married couple. Most of the songs off of Tale of Two Halves are written that way, where even actually Runaways too, where I just started tinkering with the guitar riff and something non-spatial clicks and boom, there it is, and then obviously my bassist and drummer, will add their parts, and that's the making of a Blue Helix song.
Sounds good. I mean, you were saying that Noah has a unique take on pockets and grooves, which if you ain't got no pockets, you can't hold no grooves.
Yeah.
And that JC likes to write songs on the computer, and that either way, what you've seemed to notice is that if you're thinking of a riff, and within 10 to 15 minutes of sitting there, you've got a riff, you've got lyrics, you've got vocal melodies, you've got a song that is a Blue Helix track of greatness. And speaking of which, go listen to that first song, Runaways.
It's all in what you pay. We are fallen stars and fallen hard, we say. Oh, well.
Sammy, in the pre-roll, we were kind of talking that Runaways is about flaky people, but I'll let you do the talking. What is Runaways about?
Oh, yeah, I was inspired by a previous band member who never made practice and would promise things and never deliver, and so that inspired the chorus. Low expectations of everyone leaves me so satisfied. Just when I thought you were a special one, you showed me it was all a dream. It was, yeah, and it was a nice metaphor for people in general, not just musicians, but people let you down, John. You put a lot of stake in other people. Especially when it comes to sometimes goals that you may share with other people, and you may think, oh, well, they put value in these other people, this person or these group of people put value in my time. They value what I do, so they're not going to waste my time or disappoint. But most people are talkers. Not a lot of in life. Most people aren't all about doing action. And they just want to dream big, but they don't want to actually put the work in. And that song's that's about me being frustrated and let down so much. And then in the bridge of where I talk about us being runaways, I'm then talking about people like me who work so hard in life to accomplish their goals and to do these things. And hey, I'm just basically saying we're not alone. Let's not give up the fight. Not allow these negative people that we surround ourselves with sometimes to bring us down. And to make life kind of suck. So that's what inspired Runaways, John.
It's one thing to dream big, but we have to actually take action, and I feel you on that one. I've been in bands where we've had people who thought that practice meant passing the bong around.
Yeah.
And people were actually quite upset with how structured I would hold practices and things like that. I'm like, well, no. How are you going to make your dream happen if you do not have a structure to make it happen?
And you need to run a tight ship with the band, because if you let guys start getting kind of complacent, then that's exactly what practice becomes.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Let's go to listen to the next song, Bullets.
About these feelings only needed just tonight.
right, coming back from Bullets, what was the inspiration behind Bullets?
Oh boy, it's kind of naughty. I don't know if I can talk about it.
Please do.
Really? Please.
If it's okay.
It's okay. I just, we talked about children possibly listening to this program. I don't know.
All right. So if children are listening to the program, have them cover their ears.
I would say earmuffs. This is a total earmuff. If you let your child hear what this song's about, you're a bad parent. You have failed as a mother.
Whoa. Whoa. Things just got deep. All right. Let's go ahead and earmuff it. All right. And go.
You have been warned. Okay, so I had this one ex-girlfriend. Sex was amazing, but she was a complete bitch. And we always broke up, got back together, broke up, got back together. And, the only time that we ever seemed to want to get a hold of each other was late at night at like 1 in the fucking morning when it's time. It's I call it the witching hour, but, the time of night where you kind of get a little hot and bothered. Mm-hmm. And so many times I would answer the phone call and go over and then, take care of our business. And then we would start talking and it would just be this huge, massive, oh my God, why'd I come over kind of thing. And this is why we broke up. And anyway, so I figured out the trick to it. It's like, make sure that I gratify myself prior to her phone call. And the thought of seeing her completely escaped my mind at that point. So that's what the song's about.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. No, there's definitely a troubled relationship in just about every single musician's repertoire of music, I think.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, it's honest. It's honest and it's true. All right. So the earmuffs. Earmuffs can come off, everybody, because the next question is definitely a clean question, although who knows, we'll see what's going on. What is exciting and coming up for Rock Metal Nation from Blue Helix? What's the news?
Oh, man, a lot of good stuff. We are taking a 2-month hiatus from shows. Shows take a lot of energy and effort, as you know. Mm-hmm. But I would say on the show front, actually, we just started playing to a click live and adding a couple of cool backing tracks, like some of the violins on Tale of Two Halves that, we don't do live all the time. Because, it's hard to bring a violinist. But we've been, attempting to add that into our show, having the backing track. So we're trying to plan a bigger production for live shows as well. But on the docket right now for the next couple months is recording the new record, John, which I cannot wait for you to hear some of these songs. And as well as planning our next video. Did you get to see our last video?
Yes, I did. What I will do is, kind of as a bonus, so we have Runaways and we have Bullets, Rock Metal Nation, that you heard here. We're discussing Aliens right now, so what we'll go ahead and do is put that video in the show notes as well. So it'll be the 2 songs that you heard here, Rock Metal Nation, then if you go to the show notes of today's episode, then you will see the music video as well, so you can see that, because it's a really cool video.
Very cool. Thanks, John.
You're welcome. Now, how can Rock Metal Nation find out more about you? Is there a website that they should go to?
Yeah, the website www.bluehelixmusic.com. All our social media sites are there, as well as music sites. Everything from SoundCloud, Spotify, to iTunes, to Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. We love when people hear the music, especially on interviews like the metal podcast here. To come and let us know what they think about the songs they've heard, or even the video they saw, and we love interacting with our fans. We love hearing people's thoughts, and come reach out to us on Facebook or Twitter. We're very active on there, and become part of the Blue Helix family.
Blue Helix family, very cool. All right, Rock Metal Nation, go ahead and head over to bluehelixmusic.com. There as well, you can get all of your links to your favorite social media sites, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, as well if you're a part of SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes. You can pick up everything that you need there from Blue Helix. And then don't forget, if you're a new fan, if you're part of the Blue Helix family already or going to become one, write into Sammy because, Sammy likes to interact with fans and new fans, anybody who is part of, and I love that you said Blue Helix family. It goes back to that care and that thought that I get from the music and that I get from the work that you put out.
Thank you, John. I appreciate that very much, brother.
Absolutely. Well, unless you've got anything else you want to throw out there, I just wanted to thank you, Sammy, for coming on to the show.
That's awesome, brother. No, I really enjoyed the interview. Thank you, man.
When I'm up all lonely tonight, I get this feeling needing healing.
All right, Rock Metal Nation. Hopefully you just found your new favorite band in Blue Helix. Big thanks again for Simon for coming on and sharing his music with us. Make sure to head over to www.therockmetalpodcast.ca to check out all the information from the show you just heard today. And until then, rock on, Rock Metal Nation.